In this video, I'm going to explain how to solve a transportation problem by using least cost method. This is a second method of solving a transportation problem. Earlier, I have posted a video to solving transportation problem by using northwest corner rule. You could find the link for that video in the description below. So now, we'll solve this problem by using least cost method. Here we have an example. In this example, we have three origins, that is O1, O2 and O3, and four destinations D1, D2, D3, D4, and cost values is given, and we have supply 30, 40 and 50 at the different origins, and similarly we have demand values at different destinations. Before solving the problem, first we have to check whether it is balanced or unbalanced transportation. So further we have to calculate supply and demand. So first supply value is 30 plus 40 plus 50. So if you add, you will get 120. Similarly demand, that is 35 plus 28 plus 32 plus 25. So if you add, you will get again 120. So both are equal. So the total is 120. So both are equal. Therefore it is balanced transportation problem. So now first we have to consider the least value in the transportation problem. Here we have 6, 8, 8, 5 and 5, 11, 9, 7 in the second row, and in the third row 8, 9, 7, 13. So the least value is 5. So we have two 5 values, that is one at the origin 2 and another one is origin 1. So you can choose any one. Suppose if I select this 5, so our first allocation is here. We have to consider the corresponding demand and supply. Either you can choose this 5 or this 5. I am taking this 5. So the corresponding demand and supply is, corresponding demand value is 25 and corresponding supply value is 30. So we have to allocate the minimum value. Minimum value is 25. So now you have to subtract by using the allocation value, that is 25. So 25 minus 25 will become 0 and 30 minus 25, that is 5. So this allocation satisfies the demand value because here we have 0, right? So this corresponding column will get cancelled because demand value is 0. If suppose supply value is 0, corresponding row will get cancelled. Next, consider the remaining values, that is 6, 8, 8 in the first row, in the second row 5, 11, 9 and in the third row 8, 9, 7. So now you have to consider the minimum. So minimum value is 5. So our next allocation is here. Now consider the demand and supply for this corresponding O2 and D1. So that is 35 and 40. So the minimum is 35. So we have to allocate 35 here. And using that allocation, we have to subtract the demand and supply. So 35 minus 35, 0. 40 minus 35, that is 5. And demand value is 0. So this allocation satisfies the demand value. So 0 here, so we have to cancel the corresponding column. Next, consider the remaining values. 8, 8 in the first row, 11, 9 in the second row, 9, 7 in the third row. So the least value is 7. So our next allocation is here, that is corresponding demand is 32 and corresponding supply is 50. So the least value is 32. So our next allocation is 32. Now subtract demand and supply. So 32 minus 32, 0 and 50 minus 32, that is 18. Again this allocation satisfies the demand value that is 0. So we have to cancel the corresponding column. Next we have to move on to the remaining values, that is 8, 11 and 9. So the least value is 8. So our next allocation at O1 and D2, that is at this place. So the corresponding demand is 8 and the corresponding supply is 5. So which is least? 5. So we have to allocate 5 here. So after this you have to subtract by using this allocation. So 5 minus 5, supply will become 0, and 28 minus 5, so the demand will become 23. So which is least? That is 0 here. So this allocation satisfies the supply value because here we have 0. So supply 0 means we have to cancel that corresponding row. Now the remaining values are 9 and 11. So the least value is 9. So we have to allocate here. So the corresponding supply is 18 and corresponding demand is 23. So the least one is 18. So now we have to subtract 23 minus 18, that is 5, and 18 minus 18, that is 0. So this allocation satisfies our supply because we have 0 here. So if supply is 0, we have to cancel the corresponding row. So the left out value is 11. So our last allocation is here. So the corresponding demand and supply. Demand is 5 and corresponding supply is also 5. So we have to allocate 5 here. So after this allocation, this will become 0 because 5 minus 5 0, and similarly here 5 minus 5 0. So both the values are 0, so you have to cancel corresponding row and column. So after this we have to check whether all the supply and demand values will become 0. So first check the demand values are, see here we have 0, 0 and here we have 0. Similarly all the supply values are 0. So now we have to find the transportation cost. So transportation cost is, we have to multiply the number of units that we shipped from one place to another and into the cost price. Okay. So first consider first row. So in the first row, first allocation is 5, that is number of units shipped, and the cost value is 8. So that is 5 into 8 plus, and this is 25, that is number of units shipped, and the cost value is 5. So 25 into 5 plus, and the third value is 35 and 5, that is 35 into 5 plus, next value is 5 into 11 plus, next value is 18 into 9, and the last value is 32 into 7. So 18 into 9 plus 32 into 7. Now multiply the values. So first value, if you multiply 5 into 8, 40. Next this is 125, and 35 into 5, that is 175, and 5 into 11, that is 55, and 18 into 9, 162, and last value is 32 into 7, 224. If you add all the values, you will get 781. This is the transportation cost value. Thank you.